Hey everybody, welcome to BODs Mayhem Hour. I am your host, John the Bod, aka the Bod Father, and as always, I'm bringing you guys awesome interviews. And today, I want to get this guy on the show to promote his new album and get him out there a little bit more. He is none other than Mr. Justin Symbol. They got a new album out right now called VΩIDHEAD, and we're going to talk about that here in just a little bit. So, Justin, how's it going, my man?
Great, man.
Glad to have you on the show here. Let's talk about VΩIDHEAD, a new album that's out right now. Everybody can pre-order and everything. So let's talk about this a little bit. What can fans expect from your new album?
They can expect an experience. It's a journey. It's a concept album. It'll take people on a journey emotionally, and also through a range of musical styles. There's rock, there's metal, there's industrial, there's EDM, and there's some experimental sounds as well.
What are some of your favorite tracks off your new album?
My favorite songs, one of my favorite songs is Purgatory, which features Daisy Berkowitz, the original guitarist for Marilyn Manson. And it's a very personal song, very emotional, and extremely deep for me. We just did a video for it, which will be premiering in November. Another favorite song is the title track, VΩIDHEAD, which is more like an aggressive, heavy, industrial, old-school industrial kind of song.
Nice. How long did it take you you guys actually record this album?
About a year to a year and a half. It was mainly recorded in Washington, D.C., where the keyboardist Baba Yaga was living at the time. And I was going there like every weekend, and we were just banging out these songs.
Who are some of your influences coming up as far as music-wise?
I would say biggest influences, Ministry, Nine Inch Nails, Throbbing Gristle, Marilyn Manson, Daft Punk.
Mm-hmm. What can fans expect at a show from you guys?
Our shows are insane, very theatrical, and very interactive. We're kind of bringing back a side of rock and roll that I think is a little bit missing right now, which is, we put on a real show. It's not just a bunch of guys in jeans and a T-shirt staring down at the floor. It's a very much interactive experience.
So you want to bring a big theatrical part like Alice Cooper, things like that to your show?
Absolutely. Alice Cooper is a huge influence on me, and other artists dating back even further than him, like Screamin' Jay Hawkins or Arthur Brown, who, it's like they touch on the taboo aspect.
Yeah.
And they touch on people's fears about society, but they do it in a way that's entertaining as well.
See, I want to throw this out there, and I know you got industrial things like that with your music, but a lot of the horror punk bands, they're doing the same thing. They're actually trying to bring the theatrical side of it back to, like you said, a show. You're going to get a show
right,
and things like that. And I think that's awesome, man. I'm glad you guys are going to do that.
Yeah, I think it's exciting. I mean, one of the things is that, I think since the 90s, rock has had a period where it was really kind of dressed down, which was great for the time. But I think now, in an era where rock really has to compete with a lot of other genres to survive, I think it's important that rock and roll can be flamboyant again. It can be exciting, can be theatrical. That it has like a deeper meaning to it.
I've seen bands here in the past couple of years. They'll put 2 or 3 albums out, but they all sound the exact same. And
oh no, yeah, definitely not. I think VΩIDHEAD really will stand out for people as a modern rock album or as an electronic album, because it's very much both. Because I think all of the songs are so different from one another, and there's really a wide array of styles and moods and sounds on each song.
So you guys are kind of like typo negative stuff like that, right? That's awesome. What about support in your area? I know you're from New York, correct?
Yeah. What
about support as far as playing for locals and things like that? Are you guys getting a lot of support or no?
Absolutely, yeah. I think a crowd has definitely developed around what we're doing. We're doing a big album release party on Halloween, October 31st. We'll be performing at like a fetish event that happens about once a month, put together by this guy named Chris Smack, who's a really awesome promoter. And so I think that's gonna be a really big show for us. But yeah, we definitely have a crowd here. There's a lot of love here for what we're doing. I think people are seeing us, and they're seeing that we're doing something different that hasn't been done in a while. And really, New York is the only kind of place where a band like us could really come out of the cracks, because New York is just, it's constantly in your face. It's everything, I mean, it's like a sensory overload 24/7. So what better place for a band like us than New York,
Yeah, exactly. Plus a little underground, things like that. And like I said, I'm glad you guys are doing this. We need more theatrical bands, honestly. Justin, what did it mean to you the first time that you heard the fans actually sing along to your guys' music? How did that hit you, man?
I think it's a great feeling. It's a great feeling to see that people are connecting with what you're doing. I mean, our new song, some of our new songs like Control, especially Control, when we do Control and I look out in the crowd and people are just like screaming along to those lyrics, it's exciting, and it's cool how everyone has their own interpretation of what this song means to them.
The writing process and everything for you, how much of a relief is that?
Writing process is the most enjoyable part for me, aside from performing live, because it's just raw expression of how I feel. It's a raw expression of my ideas. We get to collaborate as a band. I very much enjoy collaborating with my bandmates. We write the music together. And it's exciting. It's exciting to put words to the music. And now, with the new album that we're working on, which is going to be called Godhead, it's also exciting because I'm starting to write songs. For the first time, these new songs that I'm writing are just I'm actually starting with lyrics, and then we're making music to those lyrics. Whereas in the past, usually the music came first.
That's really good. You've got VΩIDHEAD that's out right now, and you said you're doing a new one called Godhead. How many songs do you have for that new album right now, possibly?
Well, right now, Godhead, we've just begun. I would say there's like 5 songs that we have rough ideas for. One of them is going to be called The Holiest of the Holies. But Godhead won't be ready for another year or so.
Since it's the digital age, Justin, do you think that it helps a band out like you guys, or no?
Absolutely. I think what we're doing is very much a multimedia experience. I think it's extremely visual. If you go on YouTube and look us up, we have about 7 music videos out right now. What I have to say is just as much visual as it is musical. And I think it's exciting that people can discover us that way and they can see deeper into what we're all about.
Mm-hmm. How can people stay in touch with you guys and buy your merch? How can they do that, Justin?
JustinSymbol.com is the center of all things Justin Symbol.
Everybody, stick around. You can go out and check out Justin Symbol. You got, like I said, you can pre-order the album VΩIDHEAD, and plus you get 3 immediate download tracks. And go out and support these guys because what they're doing for music, I think, is very, very awesome. Justin, would you care to do a promo for my show before I let you go?
Absolutely.
Just say this is Justin Symbol, and you're listening to BODs Mayhem Hour.
This is Justin Symbol, and you are listening to BODs Mayhem Hour.
Everybody stick around. We got some music coming up from Mr. Justin Symbol, and I want to thank him for taking time out to do this interview with me. It's awesome to have new guys on here to get their music out. But you only hear these interviews right here on BODs Mayhem Hour and Uber City Radio. Thanks, Justin.
Thank you.